I live my life based on one concept, that I'm in control, that I have a choice, a will. The problem is, it doesn't make any f***ing sense. There is almost no scientific basis to believe in free will. Our thoughts just pop into existence, and we have basically no idea where they come from. Did you decide to think what you just thought? Or did you just think it? Our brain is just reacting to stimuli, which causes neurons to fire, resulting in our thoughts. There was an experiment done as far back as the 1980s, which showed that before a person decided to move their hand, there was a build-up of electrical activity in the brain. So it was possible, simply by measuring a person's brain activity, to make a prediction about what they were going to do before they had consciously decided to do it. We go through our lives thinking that we are deciding to do things, but in reality, we are just becoming aware of decisions that have already been made by our bodies and brains. When you accidentally put your hand on something hot, your hand will reflexively move away. This reflex action bypasses the brain, yet your conscious mind, of course, becomes aware of the action, because you do it. What if this was the case for everything we did, every thought we had, every decision we made or didn't make? The deterministic argument is that everything has a cause. So when you believe you are making some kind of free choice, it's simply the case that a prior series of events has led you to go in that direction. Here's a thought experiment for you. Next time you have to make a decision of some kind, ask yourself, if I could go back in time, even rewind your life all the way back to the moment you were born, and have every single event unfold in precisely the same way, up until that moment where you have to make that same choice again, do you think, in that moment, you would be able to make a different choice than you did the first time? I don't think you can. When I look at someone else who has made a bad decision, even if that bad decision has impacted on me, I think to myself, if I'd had their life, their upbringing, their genetics, if my life had unfolded in exactly the same way as theirs had, I would have made the same choice. How could I not? So what is this strange thing, free will, that we refer to, that is supposed to give us agency? Where does it come from? How do we test it? I will say one thing that I find appealing about human beings not having free will. It is in many ways extremely liberating. All of the regrets or embarrassments that you have are no longer your fault. At the same time, all the great things you've achieved in your lives, you can no longer take credit for. We are free to be not in control. What if consciousness, rather than being this exalted form of higher control that humans are supposed to have, is instead a twisted irony impressed upon us by divine intervention or some quirk of evolution, where we're forced to be non-consensual spectators in our own lives? As Sam Harris put it, we are not the conscious author of our thoughts, to which I would add, we're simply the first people to read the book. So here's what I'd like to do with this series, provided anyone watches this video. Since in this case, particularly, I'm one of those people that would love for free will to exist. I'd love to be wrong about this. In the comment section, give me your best argument in defense of free will. Or, if you agree with me, then back me up. My intention is to revisit this argument in the next few weeks and read out what I think are the best comments defending the opposite viewpoint. So if you have a really good argument, I'd recommend writing it down because it'll probably be read out on a future video.